So, as everyone knows, the new update hit the server today. Stealth fire has been completely removed, carriers in low tier can no longer manual drop, and everybody's going batshit crazy that destroyers have officially been broken. Now, while I share the idea that the new carrier mechanics are clearly a step in the wrong direction, the stealth fire removal might not be such a bad thing. Without wasting any more time, let's jump right in. My name is Strefs, and this is Shippets. So the stealth fire nerf has been circulating the internet for quite some time now. Everyone knew it was coming, but it was so distant that nobody except the people that were into the meta actually gave a crap about it. Around 6.2.2 it became abundantly clear that Wargaming was not going to pull out of this, and about a week prior to the patch release they opened the test server so that people could have a look at what seemed to be the doom of all gunboat destroyers that were not propelled by the willpower of Stalin. Yes, Russia, I'm looking at you. The idea for a stealthy gunboat to be perpetually detected upon firing seemed like the worst idea since releasing the Belfast, but on the 30th of the 3rd, Wargaming released the patch anyway, stating, "No! This is not an April Fool's joke. This is," and showed a picture of a submarine. So all players could do now is adapt. To accompany the fact that Wargaming trampled on any prior existing destroyer gameplay that did not include spamming torpedoes from the edge of the map or going zoom zoom za Stalina, setting fire to anything that had a deck to shoot at, they decided to add an improvement to the lower tier carriers, taking away manual attack functions on all tier 4 and 5 carriers. While I can see what they were going for, removing an integral part of the carrier gameplay in tiers that is supposed to teach the players how to play the game on grounds of stopping seal clubbing is definitely a step in the wrong direction. The fact alone that Wargaming thinks that carriers are breaking mid and low tier gameplay worries me, considering there's a much better choice of ships to do so in. So while players on the forum and Reddit complained that they'd never take their destroyers out again since there is no point anymore, I thought I'd give Wargaming the benefit of the doubt. I took out my Shimakaze, the gameplay you're seeing in the background is of that match, and while I have to say that the match went much slower than usually, I didn't feel like it was such a big issue. "Oh, Strefs," I hear you say right now, "but the Shimakaze is a torpedo destroyer, it's not a gunboat." You're right. Then I took out the Yugumo, which I play as a gunboat, and ended up with the same conclusion. You might have to hold your fire more often than not, but it's not a deal breaker. And before you complain that the Yugumo isn't a gunboat either, I took out the Z-23 for a spin, and I have to say, the patch actually improved the standing of this boat. The German destroyers don't exactly feel like much in the game. They have their hydroacoustic, they have the quick-firing 128mm guns, and they have their stupid split where you have to reskill your captain. Twice. But I feel like this patch did them some justice. In fact, I'd have to say, having less gun range now is more desirable. So much so that I deinstalled my upgraded fire control system on my Yugumo. Why is that, you ask? Because I don't want to get detected by that battleship at 14.5 kilometers distance just because I have the ability to shoot there, but I'm never gonna use it. Detectability seems to be bound to gun range now, so logically, if I want to stay stealthier, I need to have less gun range. So now the senseless more range, more DACA has to be given more thought, since more is not exactly better, and an upgrade might not be an instant upgrade for your playstyle. I already like the fact that you actually need to put some thought into which types of torpedoes you want to be using on your IJN destroyers, or whether you want to have better turret rotation on the 203s, or better everything, don't quote me on this, on the stock 155mm for the Mogami. A sweet spot seems to be now having your gun range at a distance where you can effectively hit your target at any given point, seeing as opening fire is now more of a danger, since anything in your firing range can spot you. Players also need to be more aware of surroundings, locations of islands and smoke, and whether there is aircraft in the air, which shouldn't be a problem since we will not get any new carriers, you know, those new mechanics. I haven't had a look at American destroyers yet, but I don't think that it's that rosy on the Freedom side of the pond. But I know they will survive. They have AA, decent torps, and a very good gun performance, even at close range. I much less have a gripe with the fact that we no longer have stealth fire than the fact that Wargaming doesn't seem to know where they want to take this game. At times, it seems like they're nerfing torpedoes, and the next time around they imply that it is the right way to play the game. Now this nerf, that I should really call a removal, will probably send the game in a new direction. While some players might not like the changes, we will adapt. And if Wargaming rolls back the patch, we haven't lost anything. So go out there and give it a try. If a destroyer head like me can deal with it, so can you.